set now. They'll return it from inside the 5. And the return man steps out of the 28. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. That's caught. It's Richardson. And they've got him, but there's also a flag on the play. So the holding penalty in the offense backs him up 10 yards. Quarterback drops back. Looking for his big tight end. Oh, it's incomplete. It was right in his hands, and he dropped it. Kirk, both sides told us they knew this was going to be a challenge, the biggest test they've had so far this season. Good to see this matchup get off to a good start. Bodes well.
Chris, I'm just excited to see how this game's going to unfold. Both of these teams are going to be so fired up throughout the entire game. I think it's going to be a true test of wills between two teams that have performed as they're destined to be into that postseason at the end of the year.
Makes the grab. It's Alexander. He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now. Oh, a big decision here very early. They're going to go for it on their own side of the 50 on the first possession. Fired into a tight window and picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Well, here it is, opening drive of the game. You're just trying to find that rhythm, run the ball, a couple passes, and this one backfires. Poor decision by the quarterback. That's 100% on him, and this defense now gives their own offense great field position here to get points on the board.
They're going to the air in the first play. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
Wow, they get positive yards here, but you have a sense that they wanted a little bit more with that pitch and catch.
Second down play coming up. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Grabbed near the sticks and Branch. And the gain just good enough for a first down.
I love the call here by the offensive coordinator getting this wide receiver involved early in the game. Obviously a long way to go, but you want this receiver to make a big impact today and get his confidence established early.
Throw to the running back in the flat. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
That's what I love about this guy. He has the ability to sneak out of the backfield. The quarterback's able to find him open, checks it down for a nice gain.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Runner finally brought down, but at the 5-yard line, defense getting pushed back here.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
All right, it's second down and goal now for this offense. Little eye candy here from the offense, some pre-snap motion. Looking to score with a run to the right. The defense swarms. He's going backwards. He'll lose 4 yards on the play.
It's a nice play by this defense, and now you're thinking about third down and goal from around the 5-yard line. You got a real shot to come up with a stop here. Whether they run it or throw it, you get a stop here, and maybe you hold them to 3 points.
And they'll set up for the PAT. PAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Coverage team flying downfield. Not much gained on that return. The offense goes 5 wide, empty backfield. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. With the catch, it's Brown. make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Chris, it just feels like the offense is almost teasing the defense with this play. As an offensive coordinator, quarterback, you're often looking for that soft spot in the zone. And here, they do a nice job of finding that hole for a nice gain.
And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
You get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
Man, you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Offense building momentum on this drive. It's a first down at the 44. Looking to throw it on first down. Swarmed by the pass rush. A sack.
This is good pressure by the defense. It just felt like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a little bit too long, which allowed the defense to get home.
This offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. Bringing pressure. They got him again. He's like a statue back there.
Chris, that's another sack for this guy. That's back-to-back plays. This guy's been able to get to this quarterback. Man, he is in a zone and feeling good right now. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm either rolling away from that guy or you got to think about double-teaming him just to keep him out of the backfield.
Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. And it's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're set up at their 40. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
He hands it to the back. Breaks free. And he steps out of bounds, but a solid gain there on the ground. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Quarterback making some changes at the line. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. And he's got it again. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. The ball is loose. Falls on himself to avoid disaster. He'll be brought down. Nice play to make the recovery, but he stopped short of first down yardage. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. Offense operating from the pistol. Grab down the middle. It's Hall. They make the stop, but good enough for a first down at the 29.
Well, that's exactly how you dice up a zone coverage. Nice throw downfield here on third down, and a really good route to give the quarterback a chance to make that play.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. Looking for a man. He escapes the pocket. He's going to pull it down and run. He'll head out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
This is the 6th play on the drive. Gives it to the back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Looking to the end zone. And it's incomplete, targeting a man right near the goal line. Eighth play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Moves out of the pocket. Headed for the end zone.
You could just tell this quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do as things were developing in front of him. He saw that open space and decided, I'm just going to take it myself and head to the end zone for a touchdown.
With the extra point, the lead is 14. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. And he's tackled just short of the 25. Offense makes its way on the field to get the drive started. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. On the run, he'll let it go. Oh, he makes the catch. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. One play moves the ball to the 45. It'll be first down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Turns it loose downfield. What a catch! They finally make the tackle all the way down to the 32.
Nice play action call here by this offensive coordinator. You know, you can freeze those linebackers just for a split second. Usually that's going to give you enough room to be able to get that tight end behind them. And if the quarterback can make a nice tight throw like this, pick up some big yards.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Stopped right there at the line. No gain. Offense behind the 6 now in 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Great recognition and discipline here by this defense on that touch pass. You know, these touch passes can be a real test on that defense, and they passed this test with flying colors, blowing that play up.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Looking for his big tight end. Deflected, and the defense forcing the incompletion. Brings up 4th down.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over, and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
Makes the throw across the middle of the field. He makes makes the grab. Tackle made at the 21. This offense in great scoring position now. The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. It's the 2-minute timeout. This offense running out of time to cut into this lead before the break. The drive stays alive with that completion for a 1st down. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. On the move now. Hit as he released it. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down.
And I am so impressed with the athletic ability and speed of this defense. Quarterback does a pretty good job of keeping the play alive, scrambling off to his right. But that defensive speed and their aggressive nature get to him.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. On the run, he'll let it go. And it's intercepted right near the goal line.
They bring him down, but that could be a game-changing pick and return.
Well, we're just here in this 1st half, and this defense is all over it. That's their 2nd interception. Good job of pressuring the quarterback, making him uncomfortable, and forcing the ball into coverage.
1st down, looking for more now. Won't carry his steps out, but a solid gain on the ground that time.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. It keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, and keep hammering away with that run game.
And he drops it. Can you believe it?
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you just have too much time in your hands. You end up thinking way too much. Gets your hands a little shaky.
So 2nd down after the incompletion. On the ground, it's Karapatsias. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
You know, all week the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. Man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
Oh, they trap him for a sack.
There's a nice sack by this defense, something that they've been looking for. They've been on their heels most of this football game. That time they were able to get after the quarterback and bring him down. Let's see if that can provide a bit of a spark, see if they can get a little bit of momentum going their way.
After the sack on 1st down, it's 2nd down. Deep shot toward the end zone. It's dropped.
Would have been a big play, but he could not hold on.
Well, if it hasn't been made abundantly clear by now, they want to get the ball downfield to this guy. That was almost his 2nd touchdown alone here in the 1st half.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Oh, look, he's trucking it deep again. It's caught. They will rule that a catch, a huge gain through the air.
How about that? Receiver had nobody around him. That's frankly embarrassing for this defense when you let someone deep downfield go completely uncovered.
And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
They've got him in the backfield. Nowhere to go. A 2-yard loss. Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. He keeps it on the design run. He's swarmed by the defense.
Well, Chris, we're still here in the 1st half, but you got to wonder after that stop there on 3rd down. Now we got a 4th down situation, and now you're in the red zone. You got to wonder, you want to take the 3 points the easy way, or do you roll the dice and try to take a chance and try to come up with a touchdown?
So they won't take a shot at the end zone. Out comes the field goal team trying to get 3 before the end of the half. This is going to be a 21-yard chip shot. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. And they add to their lead.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
Just time enough for one more play in the half. And here's the handoff. A quick juke. Breaking free at the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And they'll kick it off to begin the second half. Bringing it out, it's Tuggle. He's tackled at the 10, not good field position to start the drive. And here comes the offense back out onto the field now. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Defense is coming after him. And it's incomplete on the throwaway. Didn't find anybody open. Brings up a second down now.
Well, everybody talks about sacks, and they're very important. But sometimes just the rush, the pressure, affecting the quarterback is just as effective. He didn't have a clean throwing lane, and they forced the incompletion.
Finding space at the 20. Tackle made at the 23 as they gain some important breathing room. This offense continues to roll. We wondered, would this defense come up with some answers at halftime? Not on that play.
Now, they've tried to make every adjustment they can. This offense has been very impressive with the way they're able to keep this ball on the ground, churning out big yards. I think they're gaining more confidence, really, as this game goes on.
And it's hauled in. Catch made way downfield. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. See what that's about. And the huge gain is negated as the officials spot a penalty. Tough for the offense to bounce back from that one. Penalty makes it first down and 20. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Tuggle. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. Second down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Looking to scramble. Launches it deep down the left side. Oh, and it's almost picked off. A chance for their first interception today. Going to set up third down.
Well, they come out firing here to start this second half. They didn't make this completion, but I think it sends a clear message to this defense that the adjustments that this offense is going to make is that they're going to be aggressive and they're going to look for their one-on-one opportunities.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Incomplete for a third straight play.
Chris, I just wonder how many times can this defense keep making plays to keep this team in this football game. They're just not getting a lot of help from their own offense. A nice job again stepping up on this third down. Interesting call here on fourth down to see if they'll get a chance to make another play to give their own offense good field position.
The coverage team makes the stop on this return. Okay, so here comes the offense back on the field again. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
Second down after the incompletion. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Snags a quick throw.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in this second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
Getting set. Here's second down. After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again.
Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
Now in third and very long, looking to throw.
Looking for a man deep down the left side. Oh, and he's got him down inside the 20.
Still looking for that elusive touchdown, but finally this offense is moving. First down and 10. So early movement from the offense. That'll push him back 5. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And it's caught on the crossing pattern. He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. Defense getting pushed around. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Pitch play to the back.
What a call inside the 10-yard line. You truly have to trust your quarterback because things happen fast down inside the 10 on this option play. Doesn't give it, doesn't keep it himself, pitches it out, and comes up with 6.
PAT up and good. They get a little bit closer. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Tuggle. Tried to make something happen on the return, but steps out at the 23. The offense with 3 tight ends now on first down, trying to create a mismatch. He gets loose. Solid run. They'll bring it down at the 28-yard line. Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. They look to throw it here on second down.
He escapes the pocket. It's a deep shot to the right. Oh, that one's picked off. Breaking free at midfield.
And that's a solid return after the interception.
What a play by the defense. Really, the only way they can get back into this game is to create a turnover. They get an interception, and they're in business.
And the offense trots back onto the field here. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football.
Looking deep downfield to the left.
That's the 3rd pick tonight thrown by this QB. Not a big return, but the pick ends the scoring threat. The offense will now take over at the 30. And they'll begin the drive here, set up at the 30.
Well, they come out in that nickel package. The move pays off, gives them an extra defensive back on the field, a little bit more speed and awareness, and it pays off with this big interception.
They stop it with the 47, but that's enough for a first down.
Anytime you have a sudden change like this, Chris, I love to see the idea of this quick strike. The defense barely really has a chance to get established and get set. Next thing you know, they're dealing with an offense that's coming right at them, trying to put...
Got a man! Catch made! Big play! They finally stop him. It's a huge gain down to the 23.
One massive play has moved the football just outside the red zone. First down.
Moves out of the pocket. Looking downfield near the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Tackle made after a short return, but the pick ends that threat.
Boy, this defense did exactly what they needed to do. Come up with a turnover here in the second half to get themselves back in the game. They get the interception. Now, can their offense come up with a way to cut into this lead?
First down, looking to throw the football. Caught over the middle. It's Richardson. Really solid first down gain. He's just short of the marker, so maybe a chance here to take a downfield shot. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Grab down the middle. It's Richardson. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. First down, looking to throw the ball. Nice grab. It's Brown.
Tough running there, but not quite enough for a first down.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter.
They keep him guessing with a run.
The defense gets him behind the line as time expires in the third period. And as we take a break, take a quick look at how the national rankings stack up in the chase for those playoff positions. 1 quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down.
On the move now. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
And he's throwing for it on fourth down. Caught over the middle. It's Green.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
It's a nice completion there, Chris. And this possession at this point in the game is critical for them. They've got to focus on putting points on the board right now to make this a...
Breaks into the clear. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain.
Offense gets a fresh set of downs. See what the call is on 1st and 10. Offense looking to throw the ball. Running out of time in the pocket.
And this running back's going to show you he can be a receiver as well. He's just not back there running the football. Nice job of showing that versatility. Pulls it in and gets 6.
The extra point cuts the lead to 3, 17-14.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away.
And here's the return from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Well, this has proven to be a fun one for two teams testing each other, showing their quality, and now who's going to make the push down the stretch and emerge with a huge win.
Well, Chris, this is a huge opportunity. Still with the game in balance, who's going to be able to secure this victory, not only to prove they're the better team, but to also show the committee they're deserving of getting the upper hand when it comes to decision time late in the year. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
Solid game, moves the ball to the 37.
Now, I like the run play here, and offensively at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium.
Leaning on the run game here late.
They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Boy, this defense understands the magnitude of this drive right here. That's back-to-back plays. They've stepped up and done a great job. Now it's third down. Can they apply some more pressure to try to get this offense off the field?
One of those critical third down plays coming up. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Quick pass to the flat to a receiver. He's stopped him at the 45, but that's good for a first down.
Boy, I love the call here by the offensive coordinator. has the lead in the fourth quarter. It's third down. Instead of running, you throw it. Take a chance of a potential incompletion, but instead you trust your quarterback. Completion, first down, fresh set of downs, and you continue to work that clock.
And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Second down after that run on the previous play. And he will be stuffed for no gain. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments.
Looking to scramble. Close to the tight end. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain.
They get the third down conversion. First down now from the 37. First down here for this offense. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So second and 4.
Well, nothing like getting positive yards here, playing with the lead late in the game and then staying in bounds to boot. It's exactly what you want to see as an offensive coordinator.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. The defense desperate to get the football back, trailing here late. Time winding down. This offense comes to the line trying to bleed out the clock. Takes the handoff. It's Watson. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Design quarterback run.
Well, that's why you practice right there, Chris. This offense had the pressure, the game on their back. They deliver, they get a touchdown, and now make this a 2-possession game with under 2 to go. Like their odds of closing this game out.
Extra point up and good. A double-digit lead now here in the fourth quarter. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Bringing it out. It's Barnett. And he'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 19. On first and 10, they'll look to throw it.
He escapes the pocket. Looking for a late deep shot. And it's hauled in. Catch made way downfield.
Chris, that's just perfect execution here by the offense. Quarterback does a nice job getting back, putting the ball out where the receiver can make a play on it. Nothing you can do as a defender.
On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball.
It's another deep shot. The catch is made, and he does get the foot down. The rule of a catch, a big gainer.
Boy, it's got to be so rewarding for an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. That's exactly what we saw right here. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide-open wide receiver.
He's running out of time here. Tackle made just short of the end zone. They'll put the ball about the 3. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down.
What a job by this offense to be able to get this score. And now, Chris, you look at that scoreboard. They're within 1 possession. Big decision about whether you kick it and rely on the defense or you go with the onside kick and hope for some luck.
PAT is good. They draw within 3, 24-21. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. On the hands team does their job and secures the recovery.
Good call here to go with this onside kick. It looked like they may have had a shot to be able to come up with this recovery. Unfortunately, they don't, and this could wrap up the ballgame.
Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. That's a design quarterback keeper. He's got room to run. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
Here's the option play. The defense swarms him in the backfield. He had nowhere to run, loses 2 yards. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Time winding down. This offense comes to the line trying to bleed out the clock. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Moves out of the pocket. Going to try to use his legs here. They bring him down, but that is a crucial 1st down. They could just run out the clock in victory formation now. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. Ball is snapped, and the quarterback will just take a knee. When you're a team that comes in, Kirk, with great expectations, big goals at the end, you're going to